Congresswoman, why did it take so long to get sworn in? Thank you, guys. Congresswoman, why did it take so long to get sworn in?
That would not be my question.
Look, I really like this lady. She's going to be an excellent member of Congress.
It has been 50 days since the people of Arizona's 7th Congressional District elected me to represent them. 50 days that over 800,000 Arizonans have been left without access to the basic services that every constituent deserves. This is an abuse of power. One individual should not be able to unilaterally obstruct the swearing in of a duly elected member of Congress for political reasons.
Democratic Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva taking office yesterday, finally, 50 days after she won a special election for the seat previously held by her late father. She was the final signature needed to advance the bipartisan petition to release the so-called Epstein files, which moved forward despite a remarkable pressure campaign of two allies of President Trump. We're going to dig into all of that straight ahead. Yesterday became a very big day.
Well, it was quite a day, and we did something we don't usually do in the middle of the day. We're usually working through the day, but we stopped with all the breaking news happening, and we were lucky enough to get a chance to see the Congresswoman get sworn in and her first speech in the People's House, as we've called it. I'm curious what your thoughts were. You seemed, like me, very moved.
I was. I think I had chills for the first time since long before the last election, watching her and her floor speech. And she came ready, really ready. Like much of the women on our 50 over 50 list, this 55-year-old mother of three was ready for the job in front of her. She'd been waiting 7 weeks, and that delay seemed to make this moment even more powerful when she stood up there and said gracias and then talked about being the granddaughter of a Mexican immigrant and talking about the turn in her family from Mexican immigrant to her father, who became a member of Congress, that only in America could that happen, and what he did in his life to protect the vulnerable. Adelita Grijalva took the mantle last night and started marching forward with it in her floor speech. And she talked about ICE raids, and she talked about health care. She had the Democratic message wrapped up in one and capped it off with the fact that she's going to be the first order of business is going to be to sign that petition and to get answers on the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Well, this woman is ready to go. And I think Republicans chose the wrong person to put off. Let's just put it that way.
And she did sign it, and that started some pretty remarkable things moving forward in Washington. But it was yesterday, it was not a one-off when she talked about her family story.
Wow.
When she talked about immigrants coming to this country and, within one generation, going from hard scrabble beginnings to being members of Congress or business leaders. I mean, this is the message that actually Americans have embraced for over 200 years.
It's what's beautiful about America.
It's the message that Ronald Reagan believed in so much that in his final address to America, he talked about the power of immigrants, talked about how America stays forever young, stays forever ahead of the rest of the world, has that competitive advantage because of immigrants that come to America. See, that's not for those of you that are watching now and just now getting into politics over the past 10 years, and you're hearing a lot of screeching voices out there talking about, America first and keep all the immigrants out, keep all the foreigners out. That's actually a radical departure from America's history. Of what happened on Ellis Island, what's happened with the Statue of Liberty, calling out across the world. So what you saw yesterday, that wasn't like some one-off or something that was radically new. That is as old as America itself. It is the American story. And whether you look at Silicon Valley now or you look at the people that came to America 100 years ago, 200 years ago, and helped make this country the most powerful on the face of the earth, understand. It starts with immigrants, but